this school has evolved in the sense that we started from a mosque and now we have full-fledged school, and each year we have added one grade, and now we have the first year with the graduating grade, that is the senior grade 12. And the vision of the school is not to just be a school in Walnut Street, Yonkers, New York, but really be a school that is on the map of United States. And you have seen the progress that we have done. We have come through, right? We have introduced grade 12, we have introduced honors program, we have introduced AP classes. The next step is actually being scholastically competitive. So we are introducing a scholarship where we are going to award the two seniors full year scholarship, full year tuition scholarship. So we are progressing so that we not only become competitive within the city, but really competitive within the state and the whole country.
Mount Vernon, it was a small school. It was the basement of a masjid. And from there, we started growing and getting better. I matured at Andalusia, and I feel very proud that I'm part of this.
One of the great civil rights activists was Malcolm X. He was born in Michigan, and he had a really rough childhood. His father was killed under a streetcar. His mother was placed in a mental institution, and his house was burnt down by white supremacists. So he went to live with his sister in Boston, and he actually went to jail for burglary. But when he was in jail, he converted to the Nation of Islam, which was a religion for black Muslims, which said that whites had inherent evil. And later on, he started his own organization, which was closer to the true religion of Islam. But the amazing thing about him is that even though he had such a rough childhood, he was treated badly by white people, he still grew up to be such an amazing and caring man. And he was aiming for people to have freedom, especially black people, because they were so oppressed at that time.
My friend Omar, he actually had a really smart project. He did about how it's called PCM. It's a substance that captures heat, and then when it's cold and the area around it isn't hot enough, it releases the heat. And this is actually very, very, very good for the environment, because it doesn't pollute. It doesn't have any pollution. Because it captures the heat, and as I said before, when it's cold, it releases the heat. So in the daytime, it captures as much heat as it can from the sun, and then in the nighttime, it releases it to keep your house warm.
For this project, I used tea. So I told them to drink coffee before, and after they drank coffee, I recorded their readings, and then I waited a few minutes, and then I told them to drink coffee, and I recorded the readings again. And I found out that caffeine, it does raise blood pressure a lot, but it doesn't really raise blood pressure permanently, but only like for an hour or two.
I'm learning algebra. We're learning about matching graphs and situations. So we're basically learning about how to like make a graph to match a situation, such as a person walking over a distance and time. So it's basically like you're seeing when the person accelerated, when the person stopped, and by basically the linear graph.
We started the student government last year, and we first set off goals every year. And one of our goals for last year was to find lockers for the students. Apparently the students had a lot of books and notebooks, and they didn't have no place to put them. So alhamdulillah, we went on a search and on a hunt to find lockers, and we found them and we put them in the school, we painted them, and that was a success for last year. Well, this year the student government has put together a project to have the seniors pass down a gift to the younger grades. Since these seniors is the first graduating class of Andalusia, the seniors wanted to give back to the school. So they decided to build a playground in a beautiful garden for Andalusia, and they will be handing this playground down, announcing it to the younger grades, as a gift from the first graduating class of Andalusia.
So, one of the first things to get, a student ready for going to college is to make sure they have a proper transcript. So one of the first job is to come up with a decent transcript, and this is what we came up with. And once you have that ready, the next thing is actually going through all the requirements for college, starting from their standardized test, SAT, SAT, looking at their GPA, what kind of GPA they have, looking at their strength and the field that they need help. And once we have that idea, then we could guide them to actually look into the proper kind of college that they fit in.
Manhattan College has this program. It's called HEOP, Higher Education Opportunity Program. These are for students that are, they have like a B average, or maybe got like a 1500 on the SATs. And Ubadah, Shahrazad, and Izzat, and Sara Nazar, 4 of our seniors, got accepted to Manhattan College, and they did not get into this program because their grades are too good. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. So
Their what?
their grades are too good that they couldn't get into this program. It's kind of bad because this program pays for everything. But mashallah, their grades or their SAT scores are too good. It's for students. We have Abdallah got accepted to Polytechnic Institute of New York University, which is part of NYU. But
one of the things that's really been helping me up to now is that I've been encouraged to read a lot. So now I see when I take my SATs, I can just walk through the entire English section. It's not even difficult. It's a piece of cake. And you see people who are having trouble reading, they're having difficulty, but just being able to read, the vocabulary that you've gained is a huge asset.
Whatever we had to go through was meant to better the school and ease the path for the ones who followed us. Coming into the school, you're coming into a smaller educational environment. There are 2 ways to look at this school: a small learning facility or a rather large family. I personally feel this is a family to me, as nearly all the children know my name and look up to me as an older brother. I know every member of the staff and try to treat them like older siblings or aunts and uncles. Leaving the school will be a painful but big step for me. I have to let go of this family in a way and move on, which is no easy task. Mind you, I'll visit the school and keep association, but it's not the same as staying in this really big house.
Already, mashallah, I mean, if you look at these, they're so impressive. And I'm so impressed with these students. I don't think that I'll be as happy. I have 5 kids, but I feel like these are my kids in it. And I don't think I'll be as happy as for my kids as I am with these.